Okay, so in the last class, we went through introduction to cybersecurity and we learned three major things. We understand what cybersecurity is. We also answered 13 questions, 12 questions about what we need to know about cybersecurity before we get into it. These are questions that you need to ask yourself. These are questions that will help you retrospect on what you're about to get into. Remember, this is a foundation course. This course is supposed to point us in the right direction as we go into cybersecurity. This course is to help you to determine if you're really ready to go the long way. This course will help you to find out how to lay the proper foundation and how to jumpstart you in this process. So last class we looked at this setting question. We understood what cybersecurity is. We looked at the CIA triad. We talked about confidentiality, integrity, availability. We also talked about accountability, and then we also looked at the cybersecurity threat landscape, the different type of attacks, how these attacks come, the sources of attack, the impacts of these attacks, and we talked about real-world examples of cybersecurity threats and how they impact. So this was discussed in the last lesson. So today we are going straight into another part of the course, which is cybersecurity career. So today we are going to cover the different type of cybersecurity parts, so the parts, the career parts we have in cybersecurity, and also how to start the journey. In the essence, when you find out the parts and the roles and responsibility, how to approach it, how to kickstart this journey is very important because if you don't start this journey properly, it's going to affect you on the long run on how you get into the project, how you go ahead, or how you go about learning the program is part of what you need to know. So today we are going straight. It's going to be a short class, and then you can drop your comments on the WhatsApp group, questions on the WhatsApp group, which is going to be treated. If for those of you who are just joining us, or you want to be part of this course, or you want to be a part of the WhatsApp group, I'll put a link on the description of this video for you to join the WhatsApp group for you to be able to interact with us in the live session, for you to ask your questions and get direct answers. So, cybersecurity career paths. The overview is that the cybersecurity offers a variety of career paths, each with unique responsibility and required skill sets. So, what we are saying is that there are a lot of things you can do. If you tell someone you are into cybersecurity or you're a cybersecurity professional, one of the questions they're going to ask you, which field of cybersecurity are you into? And we all need to know that there are technical roles and non-technical roles. So people want to know how you are playing in the field of cybersecurity. What things do you do? What's your specialty? So cybersecurity has a variety of career paths and roles in this area. So and then the common technical roles. So I'm going to divide the roles into two. We're going to have technical roles and non-technical roles. For the technical roles, the background we have, for the technical roles, we're going to have look at security analysts. And security analysts basically are people that monitor and investigate suspicious activities within an organization's network. So what are we talking about? These are people who check whether there's been a compromise, whether there's been an intrusion, whether they've been hacked. They are monitoring the system or the organization to see if there's anything that is not what's supposed to be. So these are called indicators of compromise. So they are looking out for indicators of evidence that the system has been compromised or that there's been a breach. We also refer to this ones as security analysts or SOC analysts. So these people, we can call them the defenders. Sometimes we refer them a group we call the blue team. They are the one defending. They are the one ensuring that they catch anything that is going on. And this is an aspect that requires some level of technicality. So if you are going to security analysis, you will be expected to have some technical understanding of computers and things that goes on within the network. For example, like understanding networking, networking fundamental like Wi-Fi model and stuff like that. You need to get familiar with them. Then we have the penetration tester or ethical hacker. So just like the name sound, they are hackers, but they are ethical. So the difference is that these guys simulate attacks. They simulate an attack that the people may eventually encounter from a malicious one, but they are not malicious because what they are looking for is they are looking for vulnerabilities or faults within your system and reporting it to you so that you can take care of it before a malicious hacker finds those vulnerability, because if a malicious someone with a malicious intent find this vulnerability before you, they can exploit it and thereby steal your data, steal your breach your confidentiality, or cause you to or encrypt the system, and then is unavailable to you. So penetration tests are focused on finding vulnerability and faults within the system so that you can do something about it, because they will report it to you and you can do something about it before uh, malicious hackers find out. Then we have the security architect. The security architect designs and implements secure network solutions. So basically, these guys do they prepare what the organization use. They determine the kind of infrastructure, the kind of security infrastructure. They determine the kind of platform. I mean, the layout. They determine the kind of network setup. So the architect, basically, they design these network solutions. They are the one that design. Okay, this is the kind of firewalls you set up. This is the kind of antivirus you use. This is the number of times maybe your penetration tester goes on. So they basically design the security of your organization. So it's a technical role too, because for you to design something technical, you need to have a technical background. Then the fourth role in this technical that I'm going to mention is the incident responder. Basically, they respond to breaches and attacks. So they complement or they follow up with what the security analyst or the SOC analyst does. So when the SOC analyst finds out breach or compromise or something that is already going on, maybe there's an intrusion, the responder steps in. And one of the key purpose of the incident response is to ensure that the business operations does not stop. This is what we call business continuity, because they have a playbook of what to do. A playbook is basically showing the steps that they need to take. So there are steps they need to take to identify, to contain, to ensure that the incident that is going on, it doesn't spread, to make sure that even while they are taking care of what is going on, they are also making sure that the business runs. So incident responder, basically they respond to flags from the security analyst. When the security analyst find out that something is going on, incident responder comes in and solves the problem for you. So they manage security breaches and attack. This is also a technical, because for you to solve problem, for example, when a configuration or a hack happen, you found out that there's a rootkit virus, something is happening. You need to be technical to know how to find this. You need to know how to troubleshoot. So these are four technical rules that you need to be conscious of. Then we go to the common non-technical rules in cybersecurity. The first one here is security awareness trainer. This basically educates the employees. You are tasked with with the job of ensuring that everybody within the organization knows what to do, to at least to a minimal level. Basically, you are teaching people how to be first responders. Before a technical person comes in, you need to know that you ensure that your password is safe, your password is not exposed. You're ensuring that you identify a fake, email or scam, malicious links being said. These are awareness. You need to be aware, making sure people are aware, because humans are actually the weakest link in any organization security. So this security awareness trainer trains people on the basic cybersecurity um, principles, and they are very important because the entire organization needs to be aware. So this is a very common role to in non-technical aspect. Then we have the cybersecurity policy analyst. Some people may refer to it as a GRC analyst. So basically, they develop and evaluate policies and procedure to ensure that there's compliance. So this is a non-technical role, because basically they are looking at the policy, what do you need to do, and looking at how people are responding or how people are adopting and implementing these policies appropriately. So they are like watchdogs, ensuring that the organizational security that has been agreed upon, or the way things are supposed to be done, are done the proper way. So cybersecurity policy analyst is a non-technical role and is a common role. Then we have a cybersecurity project manager. Basically, you are overseeing cybersecurity project. Maybe you are installing a firewall, you are installing a new a new security infrastructure. A project manager, ensure that it's completed within time and budget. So it's a non-technical role. You don't need to know how to configure a firewall, know how to do the technical thing, but you basically you're managing the project, ensuring that they do what is right. It's this is we need we put a cybersecurity project manager here because you need to a cybersecurity project manager has a basic understanding of cybersecurity principles, and then they can advise and they can ensure and understand the technical things or jargons that the technical people are doing on the project, but it's a non-technical role that can be taken. Then we have a cybersecurity consultant. This is a person who advises organization on how to improve their cybersecurity posture. Yes, it's not technical. You don't need to know the technical details of configuring, of ensuring systems work, but you need to have a foundational knowledge of cybersecurity principle so that you'll be able to advise. And then this role involves a lot of reading, studying, knowing what's the trends, knowing what is happening in the industry. So basically, it's a non-technical role to work as a consultant. Yes, it's of more advantage if you have a technical background in order to be able to consult appropriately. So these are non-technical roles. So I'm going to go into required skills for cybersecurity roles. So what are the skills required for cybersecurity roles? So in terms of technical skills, basically you need to know operating systems, understand, have a knowledge of operating system, have a knowledge of networking and security tools. For you to be technically inclined, you need to have this knowledge, and then you also need a proficiency in scripting languages like Python and Bash, because as a technical person, you'll be doing a lot of scripting to automate the process and automate the things you are doing. Then we have the soft skills. Soft skills are both for technical and non-technical things like critical thinking and problem solving. Even as a technical person, you need to be able to think critically and solve problems. You need to have interest in resolving issues, and also effective communication and teamwork. Even as a technical person, you need to be effectively able to communicate, because if you find fault, for instance, as a penetration tester, you need to be able to report it in a way that everybody or that it needs to see the report in the organization will understand. Maybe you are reporting to the C level or reporting to the executives in the organization. They should be able to read your report and understand. So effective communication is important. And teamwork. No single individual can say be able to oversee everything that is going on within the organization. You need even the employees, the workers, to be able to understand what challenges they are having. So teamwork is very critical. Then we have certifications that you can delve into, like CISSP, CISSP certified, is a CISSP is a bit advanced, but for beginners, you need things like the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity, which is not on this list now. But I have the certified ethical hacker is also a foundational, is a bit advanced, but the same organization, which is the EC Council that provides this certified in ethical hacking, also have what we call is certified in cybersecurity, which are basic certifications. Then we have Computer Security Plus, which are also certifications. Computer particularly has some lower certification even than the Security Plus that you can start with as a beginner. But these are certifications you can look forward to getting as you grow, as you become more established in the cybersecurity journey. Then, how do you start a cybersecurity journey? This is quite important because a lot of people start out the cybersecurity and after a few months they get discouraged and back out. And one of the reasons is because they did not plan to start. One of the things you need to understand in cybersecurity before you go ahead in cybersecurity, you need to know. Even before you start writing certification, a very common error is that a lot of people want to start with writing certification without actually understanding what cybersecurity is all about. Now, when you do not really understand and you manage to write a certification and you pass, and you did not get, the opening or the job opportunity you want in a few months that you as you expected, then you think that the certificate is useless. No, it is because you have not understood, you have not developed the interest and passion in learning, so that even without a job, you can find a way to continue to sharpen your knowledge and sharpen your skills in cybersecurity. This is why it's essential that you have a learning plan. You go through the right process, you go to the right, have the right understanding, have the right foundation in cybersecurity as you get into this journey. So, building a learning plan, what you need to do is first set goals, setting goals. You need to identify your career goals. and your specific cybersecurity role that you want to pursue. That is why in the earlier part of this class we talk about different roles and and different career paths, technical and non-technical. You need to understand which one appeals to you, which one fits your personality. And if you remember, the 12 questions we answered in the last class will help you clarify this goal. So if you have not seen the video, you can go back and watch the video that answer those 12 questions that will help you find your bearing in cybersecurity. Then the next thing you need to do is identify learning resources, online courses, books, hands-on labs. These are very important for you because learning the way you learn also will help you to help to determine how far you go. It will help you go far. So courses are available online. There are books, there are labs. We'll shortly be talking about this more again. Then you need to create a study schedule. A study schedule in the sense that you need to allocate time each week. This is important because consistency matters. If you start learning in 1 week and you take a break for 3 weeks, come back after 4 weeks to learn, this inconsistency in studying can easily jeopardize your ability to go far in cybersecurity. So allocate dedicated time each week for studying and practicing, which goes back to your hands-on labs and home labs that we're going to talk about later. Then we have a continuous learning. Continuous learning is the fact that after learning the basics, after crossing the initial hurdle of starting, you need to stay updated with latest trend and cybersecurity and technologies generally. You need to be updated, you need to be in touch, you need to keep refreshing yourself because there are a lot of changes happening every time. Hackers are changing their strategies, new technologies are coming up, causing more new attack surface. Because if we in our last class we talk about source of cyber threats, because technology is changing, also the way people get exposed to are changing. So you need to be aware of what is going on. Continuous learning, this is a part of, it must be part of your learning path. So an example here we're talking about is for you to become a security analyst, for instance, you need to start with foundational courses in networking and security basics. So if you decide that, okay, I'm becoming a SOC analyst, you need to understand networking and basic security. But if you are going to GRC, yes, you may have a vague understanding of general knowledge of networking and security. There are other aspects you need to focus on, as a GRC or uh, policy analyst. So that is a way of putting together a learning plan. Now we're talking about learning tools and resources. So I mentioned earlier that learning tools are important. So we are talking about virtual home labs. So we have things like VMware, Oracle, and Kali Linux. So before we end this foundation, this jumpstart course, maybe the last session, we're going to look at how to set up home labs. We're going to look at how to install your VMware because this is very important for your learning, even in the advanced class. We may not go into detail in this foundational class, but in the advanced class, there will be a lot of work doing. One of the essential things about it is because when you are practicing, you need to practice in a safe way so that you will not fall into what we call script kiddies and cause harm. So you need to practice on your own system. That is why you need to have virtual or home labs. Then we have online platforms. Examples of online platforms are Coursera, Udemy, Harlison, Cybrary. These have various topics. You can do a lot. You can learn a lot. These are uh, platform you need to use to supplement your learning and your continuous learning after getting it started. Then you have books. Get a lot of books on Amazon, books on Seller, books available. Uh, we have web application hackers handbook, hacking the heart of exploitation. A lot of books there. I also have some books on Amazon too. You could check my link. I'll put the link to my books too. Then I have hands-on labs. This is a very important thing because it is this part is what's going to help your consistency. Now, after you've learned, you're done with these courses, you've taken the advanced courses, you need to keep practicing consistently. And labs like platforms like tryhackme.com and Hack the Boss have been very, very useful for me personally. Until date, I still participating. And currently, there's even a program or like a event called the Advent of Cyber on Try Hack Me. So it's a 30 days 31 days challenge whereby you go through a real life scenario of a cybersecurity hack. So there'll be lessons, there'll be someone delivering you teaching you on what to do, and then there will be quizzes and questions you need to solve. Even though you cannot solve these things completely, or even though you don't have the knowledge yet to solve it, but it's a good experience if you participate in the advent. And I'm going to post a link to this advent on the WhatsApp group. For those of us in the group, you click the link, you register on the tryacme.com and be a part of the advent. Even if you are just to, it's just to watch the videos and attempt whatever you can, but it's a good experience for you to participate in. So Act the Box is another good place where you can log in. They have interactive, there is like a gamified way of learning cybersecurity. You can hack. They have a live, tests of test instances of computers, of servers that you can use to test your hacking skills. So tryacme.com and Hack the Box are very good, uh, are valuable tools that you need to get in order to properly set yourself up on this cybersecurity journey. So basically, this is what this course or this lesson is about. We have learned three things basically: parts. There are various career paths in cybersecurity, and each of them has a responsibility and required skill sets. Then we have roles in cybersecurity, roles like security analyst, penetration tester, security architect, incident responder, examples of technical roles, and we have roles like security awareness trainer, cybersecurity policy analyst, cybersecurity project manager, consultant. These are non-technical roles that you can consider. There are a lot more. So it's part of personal learning. So one key thing about cybersecurity is that a lot of your learning you do will be personally driven. That is, after a class like this, you need to go online, research. So that's why I'm going to put the link to the Archbox and Track Me in the WhatsApp group that I've mentioned, so that I can go there, register and then learn, do a lot of research and try things and stir up your uh, inquisitiveness. That is very key. Then the required skills. Cybersecurity, we also talk about the required skills. We are non-technical and technical skills, skills like critical thinking, skills like problem solving, effective communication, teamwork. These are non-technical skills. And then we talk about understanding or having a knowledge of operating system, network fundamentals, network security. These are required skills for cybersecurity cars too. So this is where we end this session today. In the next, on our next class, next job class, we're going to be going into basic cybersecurity concept, and it's going to go a little bit to the foundation of technical aspects, because even though you may end up not becoming taking up a technical role in cybersecurity, you need to have a general understanding of the technical thing, and that's where we're going to look at introduction to networks and networking, defining network. We're going to talk about networking components like router, switch, firewall, access point, modem, interface card. We're going to touch on networking terms like IP address, DNS, firewalls. We're going to talk on things, understanding terminologies and tools like threats, vulnerability, risk, what are malware, phishing, encryption. These are things we're going to touch on. What is a VPN, virtual private network, multi-factor authentications, antivirus, firewalls, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention systems, SIEM systems, penetration testing tools, encryption tools. These are a whole lot that we're going to take. And we're going to also look at scenarios and identify on how to identify attacks, simple attacks like phishing, how to tackle it. We're going to look at all those and also take real world examples. So those are the things we're going to take in the next session. So please follow the link if you want to join the WhatsApp group to understand what we, to be part of a live class like this. You can also follow the link in the description. I'm going to put the links to the platforms and the tools that I've mentioned too. I'm going to share them on the WhatsApp group for those of us that are already in the WhatsApp group. Thank you for being part of today's class.